University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello, the second round continues tonight. To enable the competition to go on despite the disobliging circumstances this year has imposed on us, we're seeing a few more reserve team members play than usual, and for the remainder of this series, we've waived our rule that would exclude players who've taken their degree since the first round matches began. But otherwise, it's business as usual. Whichever team wins tonight is through to the quarter-finals, while the losers will leave the competition. Now, in the first round, the team from Glasgow University beat Exeter by 200 points to 145. And in doing so, they demonstrated that they live by the motto mens sana in corpore sano, by their familiarity with video games. With an average age of 26, let's meet the Glasgow team again.
Hey, I'm Brian Nieves. I'm from Stevensville, Maryland, and I'm studying for a master's in history.
Hi, I'm James Warburton. I'm originally from Stolmine in Lancashire, and I'm studying for a PhD in the history of medicine.
This is their captain.
Hi, I'm Rory McDowell. I'm originally from Belfast, Northern Ireland, and I'm studying for an MSc in global security.
Hello, I'm Michael Greencorn from Port Hawkesbury, Nova Scotia. I'm studying for a PhD in engineering.
Now, King's College London had a comfortable first-round victory by a margin of 170 points to York University's 100. They were strong on netball, Delacroix and the rather niche subject of fireplaces in properties owned by the National Trust. With an average age of 23, let's meet the King's team.
Hi, I'm Simon. I'm from Wallington in South London, and I'm studying for a PhD in cardiovascular science.
Hi, I'm Louis. I'm from England and New England, and I'm studying politics, philosophy and law.
And this is their captain.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm from halfway between Bath and Stonehenge, and I'm just completing my degree in war studies and history.
Hello, I'm Grace. I'm from Bournemouth on the South Coast, and I'm reading medicine.
OK, we all know the rules, so it's too boring to recite them and a waste of time. So we'll just go straight into the first question. Fingers on the buzzers. The Bristol resident Robin Gunningham, the designer Jamie Hewlett and the musician Robert Nyer are among those speculated to have adopted what prominent artistic pseudonym?
Glasgow Warburton.
Banksy.
Banksy is correct. 3 questions on youth in Shakespeare for your bonuses, Glasgow. I never knew so young a body with so old a head. In which play does the Duke's clerk read those words from a letter?
Right, which has got dukes in it.
Well, it's not Measure for Measure.
No.
I know that.
Somebody so young.
It could be, it could either be, Much Ado,
or any other ideas?
All's Well That Ends Well. As You Like It as well. Could be. I'd go Much Ado.
Much Ado About Nothing.
No, it's The Merchant of Venice. Oh. According to sonnet number 60, what doth transfix the flourish set on youth? I need a single short word.
I don't know sonnets particularly well.
Love, by any chance?
I mean, yeah, that's probably right.
It's the right kind of vibe.
Yes.
Love.
No, it's time. Oh. Then come kiss me, sweet and 20, youth's a stuff will not endure. These words appear in a song in which play?
Only plays have songs, really.
Twelfth Night.
12th Night has songs.
Has songs, because Fest Day sings a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other ideas?
I got nothing better.
12th Night?
It is 12th Night. Well done, it is Fest Day, as you say. Right, 10 points for this. Oxford University, Royal Engineers, Old Etonians, Clapham Rovers and Old
Kings Jackson.
The FA Cup.
Correct. Right, you get a set of bonuses on science in the 1740s. In 1741, which mathematician became a member of the Berlin Academy, where he developed the concept of function in mathematical analysis?
Anyone know?
Any idea?
I would probably say Euler.
1740, yeah.
Yeah. Euler?
Euler is correct.
Well done.
In 1746, the Yorkshire-born John Roebuck introduced the lead chamber process for the manufacture of what common industrial chemical?
Maybe Coke?
Yeah.
Ammonia.
I was thinking ammonia.
No, that was much later.
Much later, all right.
No.
Coke. Coke?
No, it's sulfuric acid.
Sorry.
Eva Ekeblad became in 1748 the first woman inducted into the Royal Academy of Sciences of which Nordic country? Her discoveries in agronomy having reduced its susceptibility to famine.
Ekablad's a Swedish name.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Sweden?
Correct. 10 points for this. What simple molecule is this? It acts as a vasodilator and a neurotransmitter. It is released by macrophages, is present in acid rain, and is responsible for some of the depletion of the ozone layer.
Nitric oxide.
Correct. These bonuses are on shorter words that can be made using any of the 8 letters of the word quixotic. In each case, give the word from the definition. Firstly, the name of a national capital about 150 kilometres north of the inactive volcano Chimborazo.
Yeah.
Quito?
Correct. Secondly, a French word meaning cooked that appears in an expression corresponding to the English well done when describing a steak. I need you to spell this word.
I mean, I'd never order a steak like this because I have morals. Any ideas?
Nope.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Unfortunately, we're people of taste.
People of ignorance, too. It's qui, as in bien qui. A 5-letter adjective that often precedes the words debt, waste and masculinity, finally.
Toxic.
Toxic.
Toxic is correct. 10 points for this. What name links Thomas, a leading authority on the Peasants' Revolt of 1381, Sir Francis, the statesman and diplomat who thwarted the
King's
Ridolfi...
tricks.
Bacon.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Who thwarted the Ridolfi Babington plots and a Christian pilgrimage centre a few miles south of Binham Abbey in North Norfolk.
Glasgow Nieves.
Walsingham?
Walsingham is correct, yes. 3 questions on shared place names. What 2-word name is shared by a football ground in West London and the site of a battle in the north of England in 1066
Chelsea.
that was a victory for King Harold?
Yeah, that's Chelsea, so Stamford Bridge. Stamford Bridge.
Correct. What name is shared by a Cornish seaside town and a market town on the Great Ouse where Oliver Cromwell farmed in the 1630s? Either may be the place named in a popular riddle.
St Ives.
Yeah. St Ives?
Correct. What name is shared by a city in West Yorkshire and a Wiltshire town on the River Avon?
You're from England, James.
Well, Staff.
Oh, Stratford? Is that what it's Stratford? Is
yeah.
it Stratford, yeah. Stratford, yeah. Stratford?
Stratford is in neither Yorkshire nor Wiltshire.
On the
No, it's
Avon.
Bradford.
Oh, okay.
Right. We're going to take a picture round now. Your picture starter is a country with a number of its constituent subnational political divisions highlighted in yellow. For 10 points, I want the 6-letter word by which these subdivisions are most commonly known in English.
Kings Jackson.
Oblasts.
Oblast is correct. You just saw a map of Russia showing its federal subjects, the top-tier administrative and the political divisions of the country. Following on from the 46 oblasts, you will need to give the names of the different types of federal subjects highlighted. 5 points for each. Firstly, what type of federal subjects are highlighted in orange?
The independent republics.
Yes. Could be. Or no, because
They're not.
Chechnya's not
No.
done, is it?
What's the other type then?
I mean, I can't think. Autonomous zones, maybe.
Yeah.
Autonomous zones.
No, they're cry. Secondly, what type of federal subjects are highlighted in blue?
I mean, cold ones, frankly.
Presumably some sort of indigenous administrative areas.
Yeah, any idea what that is in Russian?
Nope.
Try autonomous zones again.
Yeah, autonomous zones.
They're autonomous okrugs. Finally, what type of subjects are highlighted in green?
Those are the.
Could be republics. Independent republics.
Yeah.
They're not independent. They're.
Is the word autonomous again?
Yeah. I think
Autonomous republics.
No, they are republics, but they're not autonomous, of course.
Oh,
10 points for this. Meanings of what term include a geometrical mapping represented by a constant shift in each direction and the process by which information encoded in messenger RNA corresponds...
King Zoo.
Translation.
Translation is correct. Well done. You get 3 questions on expatriate Dutch artists. Born in Westphalia in 1618, who was the most prominent court painter in the early reign of Charles II? His works of this period include the Windsor Beauties.
Van Dyck. I think I saw him in Windsor.
Sure.
Yeah.
Van Dyck.
No, it's Sir Peter Lely. Born in Friesland in 1836, but mainly resident in Britain, which painter's works include classical scenes often rendered with an attention to minute detail? An example is Spring, portraying the festival of Cerealia.
Any idea?
No.
Robin van Persie.
No, that's Lawrence Alma Tadema. And finally, Police Gazette and Interchange are among the works of which painter? He was born in Rotterdam but emigrated to the United States in the 1920s.
Could that be someone quite famous like Liechtenstein?
Yeah. Why not?
Nominate Triggs.
Liechtenstein?
No, it's Willem de Kooning. 10 points for this. Who's being described? Born in Missouri in 1914, he was the author of experimental novels dealing with nightmarish and humorous worlds, frequently describing drug use.
King's Triggs.
William S. Burroughs?
William S. Burroughs is correct. You get bonuses on poetry. Which English county is the title of the poem by John Betjeman that begins Rime intrinsica, Fontmell magna, Sturminster Newton and Melbury Bub?
Sturminster Newton's in Dorset.
OK.
Dorset.
Dorset is correct. Philip Larkin's poem, The Whitsun Weddings, describes sky and water meeting in which county?
It's going to be...
Larkin's quite a Yorkshire person, isn't
Yeah.
He's northern. Could it be
The north. Yeah.
like the Lake District? What county is that?
Cumbria.
Cumbria, maybe?
he? Cumbria.
No, it's Lincolnshire. Which English county is named in the title of the collection of poems which includes the lines On Wenlock Edge the wood's in trouble, his forest fleece the Wrekin heaves?
I mean, Shropshire Lad is a county in a poem collection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the county, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Shropshire.
Shropshire is correct. 10 points for this. The Lut Desert and the Hyrcanian Forests are both UNESCO World Heritage Sites in which Middle Eastern country? The former is located northeast of the cities of Yazd and Kerman, and the latter lies to the south of the Caspian Sea.
Glasgow McDowell.
Iran?
Iran is correct, yes. Your bonuses this time are on astronomy, Glasgow. What is the nearest white dwarf star to our solar system, being about 8.6 light-years away? I need its name and single-letter designation.
Single-letter designation, right. What star has a number? Anyone know?
Maybe like an Alpha Centauri A or B.
No, because it's like a binary system.
Cirrus A, Cirrus B. Something like that.
No, because it's really big and bright. I mean,
Yeah, it's a white dwarf.
I don't know. Yeah, let's just...
I don't know.
Altair 1.
No, it's Sirius B.
Sorry.
Secondly, what is the nearest red dwarf that is a single star rather than part of a multiple system? It's about 6 light-years away.
I mean, I know the next closest other than Alpha or the Centauri is Barnard Star, but I don't know if
Barnard
that's a
Star,
red
is
dwarf.
that a red?
I don't know if it's... Just go for it. I don't know.
Betelgeuse is a red one, but it's just
It's
really
huge,
big.
huge,
That's
it's
a
huge.
giant.
That's mean it's too big. So what did you say? Barnard Star?
Barnard Star.
Barnard Star?
Correct.
Nice.
With a mass only slightly higher than that of the Sun, but a radius about 25 times as great, what name is usually given to the red giant star Alpha Boötes, the brightest member of the constellation?
Could that be like Betelgeuse?
Could that be Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice is in Orion.
Yeah, because that's in Orion, so it's in Bode's constant. Aldebaran? Yeah. Is it that kind of colour? Because things like Altair are like whiter, I don't know. Aldebaran, one about that, yeah?
Sure.
Aldebaran?
It's Arcturus. 10 points for this. Given a name meaning other lizard because its vertebrae were different from those of others known at the time of its discovery, what large carnivore of the late
Glasgow
Jurassic...
Nieves.
Allosaurus?
Allosaur is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on zoology. In each case, give the term from the description. All three answers begin with the same letter, named after a 19th century British naturalist, a form of evolutionary adaptation or mimicry by which a harmless species resembles a toxic or harmful one.
Is that Batesian mimicry?
Batesian?
Yeah,
Sure, works for me, Michael. Batesian?
It is Batesian mimicry, that's right. And secondly, a method of breathing found in amphibians and some fishes where the floor of the mouth is used to inflate the lungs.
Starts with B.
Starts with ballast, because like on a boat.
Ballast, yeah.
Anybody got anything about it?
Ballast.
Ballast?
No, it's buccal pumping or breathing. And finally, a two-word term designating animals that lay their eggs in the nests of other species.
Brood parasites.
Yeah.
Brood parasite,
Yeah.
Brood parasites.
Correct. Right, we're going to take a music round now. For your music starter, you'll hear a piece of popular music. 10 points if you can name the band.
Glasgow Warburton.
Men at Work.
It is Men at Work, yes. That was Down Under by Men at Work. It's on the National Film and Sound Archive of Australia's Sounds of Australia list, which collects recordings of cultural, historical and aesthetic significance which inform or reflect life in Australia. Your bonuses are 3 more songs from this list. Name the band or the artist in each case. Firstly, name either this band or its lead singer, or both.
Anyone recognise this at all?
Is it Nick Cave? And the Bad Seeds, isn't it Cave?
Nick Cave, is that?
Yeah.
Anybody got anything else?
Nothing better.
Nothing? Nick Cave, is that?
Yeah, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, I think it's Nick Cave.
Nick Cave.
And the Bad Seeds,
And the Bad
yes.
Seeds, yeah.
Well done. Secondly, name this group.
When you're the boomer, Michael. Sorry, guys.
Sounds lovely, but...
It does, it sounds very nice. I have no idea.
No. Because does anyone know just even any Australian bands?
I mean, yes, I've given you 2 already.
Okay, well...
Work with me.
What's the other one? Oh, no, you probably...
I've given you 2 already, I don't know. I don't know what this is.
The Swag Men.
No, that's the Seekers. And finally, would you name this group, please?
Oh, it's AC/DC.
Yeah. AC/DC.
It is AC/DC. It's the one way to the top. Right, 10 points for this. Introduced by Naomi Klein in her 2007 book, The Shock Doctrine, what 2-word term describes the adoption of extreme free market policies by a government or regime in the wake of a war or natural catastrophe?
Kings Jackson.
Disaster capitalism?
Correct. These bonuses are on Hindu iconography. The deity, sometimes known in English as the god who is half woman, is a composite androgynous representation of which Hindu god and his consort Parvati?
Parvati. Is that Shiva?
I thought that.
Yeah. Shiva?
It is Shiva. With a common image known as Nataraj, Shiva is shown with 4 arms and flying locks, performing what activity under an arch of flames?
Juggling.
I was thinking like archery, but
I mean,
Seems like that. Too many arms.
juggling sounds like something that you won't just have made up. It's a bit too random for that. So, juggling?
No, it's dancing. Looks like juggling, I know, but it's dancing. In paintings and sculpture, Shiva is often depicted with a garland of skulls and what animal of the order Squamata around his neck?
Any ideas?
could that be a serpent? Squamata is scaly, right?
Yeah, all right. A snake?
A snake is correct, yes. 10 points for this. In the 1650s, the English mathematician John Wallis invented and introduced the now standard symbol representing what concept? It takes the form of a horizontal figure 8.
King Zoo.
Infinity.
Infinity is correct, yes. Right, your bonuses this time are on words and phrases popularised by Charles Dickens. Firstly, in which novel of 1850s Mrs. Gummidge used the term the creeps, meaning a visitation in the back occasioned by the cold? Dickens called the novel his favourite child.
I think his favourite was either Nicholas Nickleby or David Copperfield.
So,
Which do you feel? How about Nicholas Nickleby?
Oh, right.
Nicholas Nickleby.
No, it's David Copperfield. Which novel of 1837 popularised the word flummox? The word appears in a discussion between Mr. Weller and his son Sam.
Not Paul.
No.
1837, was that the year? 1837? That's quite early, so maybe the Pickwick Papers.
Sure. Any
No.
Pickwick Papers?
Correct.
Well done.
Which novel of 1861 uses the expression on the rampage in reference to the sister of the protagonist, Pip?
Great
Oh,
expectations.
yeah, that's Great Expectations.
Great Expectations.
Correct. 10 points for this. What two initials link all of the following? A star of the 1950 film All About Eve, the Prime Minister from 1874 to 1880, the 2016 winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature, and the lead
King's Strings.
singer of the...
BD.
BD is correct, yes. Right, these bonuses are on fossils. First appearing in the Devonian period, what fossil molluscs with coiled chambered shells are named after their resemblance to the horns of an ancient deity?
Ammonites.
Yeah.
Ammonites.
Ammonite is correct. The disappearance of ammonites has been attributed to the KT extinction event at the end of which geological period?
It's the one before tertiary, isn't it?
Is it Cretaceous, Triassic? Is that?
Yeah.
Is it- yeah.
So Cretaceous.
All right. Cretaceous.
Cretaceous is correct. What term is used of globally widespread fossils such as ammonites that may help to define a time span or environment?
An index species?
I didn't hear that, sorry.
Index
species.
Index species?
Yes, index or indicator fossils, yes. It's time for another picture round. For your picture starter, you're going to see a photograph of a film director. 10 points if you can give me his name.
King's Strings.
Federico Fellini.
No? Anyone want to buzz from Glasgow? No?
Glasgow Nieves.
Coppola.
No, it's Frank Capra.
Oh.
So we'll take picture bonuses in a moment or two. 10 points at stake for this. In a biographical work of 1918, who wrote, "The history of the Victorian age will never be written. We know too much about it." His subjects included Thomas Arnold, Cardinal Manning and Florence Nightingale.
King's Triggs.
Strachey.
It is Lytton Strachey, yes. Now, you saw a picture a moment ago of Frank Capra, who was an early president of the international jury at the Berlin Film Festival, which celebrated its 70th anniversary in 2020. Your picture bonuses are 3 more past presidents of the Berlinale international jury. 5 points for each you can name. Firstly,
That's... it's either Buster Keaton or Harold Lloyd. One of them was famous for the straw hat. I think it's Harold Lloyd.
Harold Lloyd.
Harold Lloyd, yeah.
Harold Lloyd.
it is Harold Lloyd. Secondly, who's this?
I don't know who that is.
I recognise the face, but I might get a name.
No.
Bridget Bardot, I don't know.
Yeah, she looks very German.
Yeah. Could it be one of the...
Ingrid Bergman.
Yeah. Ingrid Bergman?
No, it's Liv Ullmann.
Okay.
And finally,
Shall we say Fellini again?
Yeah, Fellini.
no, it's Werner Herzog. Oh. There's about 3¼ minutes to go and 10 points at stake for this. Born in County Clare in 1800, the Shakespearean actress Harriet Smithson was the first wife and muse of which romantic composer born in Isère in France in 1803?
Glasgow McDowell.
Bizet?
Bizet is not correct. You lose 5 points too. His works include the Requiem of 1837.
King's Weaver.
Foray?
No, it's Berlioz. 10 points for this. Caron and Wedge are alternative names for what diacritical mark that appears over letters such as C or S in...
Glasgow Greencorn.
Inverted circumflex?
No. You lose 5 points in several Slavic languages to indicate a palatized sound. In Czech, its name means little hook.
King's Triggs.
Acute accent.
No, it's Hatchek. 10 points for this. An inlet of the North Sea, what deep water estuary is formed from rivers that flow through or near Selby, Newark, Nottingham and York?
Kings Jackson.
The Humber.
The Humber is correct. Well done. You get a set of bonuses now on wine. Associated with sweet white dessert wines, Tokai is a region in the northeast of which landlocked country?
Hungary.
Correct. Sergeant Fink dies attempting to carry a suitcase of Tokai wine to his superior officer in the 1951 novel Adam, Where Art Thou? By which German Nobel laureate?
Hesse, maybe?
Not. It's after man, isn't it?
I think so.
So Hesse?
Hesse.
Hesse?
No, it's Heinrich Bull. The Decanter of Tokai is the title of the first chapter of which specific novel of 1995, the first part of a trilogy?
The Northern Lights.
The Northern Lights.
The Northern Lights.
The Northern Lights is right. 10 points for this. Which three consecutive letters of the alphabet begin the surnames of the philosophers who wrote respectively Reasons and Persons, Two Dogmas of Empiricism and A Theory of Justice?
King's Triggs.
QRS.
No. Anyone want to...
Glasgow McDowell.
RAW.
No, it's PQR. 10 points for this. The name of a spotted cat-like mammal native to North Africa and the Middle East has the same spelling as the surname of which French literary figure, the author of The Miracle of the Rose?
Glasgow Warburton.
Civet.
No, anyone want to buzz from Kings?
King's Triggs.
Camus.
Genet. Jean Genet. 10 points for this. What era or style of music includes the composers François Couperin Legrand, Heinrich Schütze, Giuseppe Tartini, Jean-Baptiste Lully and Philip Telemann?
Glasgow Greencorn.
Baroque.
Baroque is correct. And at the gong, Glasgow have 90 points. King's College London have 175. Congratulations to you, Kings. Bad luck, Glasgow. You were doing all right in the early stages, but you seemed to lose interest halfway through. So we're going to have to say goodbye to you. And Kings, congratulations to you. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next stage of the competition. Thank you for joining us. I hope you can join us next time for another second-round match. But until then, it's goodbye from Glasgow University.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from King's London.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.